Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Hope all is well. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Xiaomi Redmi 14C versus the Xiaomi Redmi 15C. But make sure you guys stay locked in to the end of the video because I want to talk about a quick comparison on these two phones and actually some of the upgrades that the new one, the 15C, has over the 14C, as well as comparing the performance, the battery, the displays, the build quality, and also basically the major differences and if you should actually upgrade from the 14 to the 15. So make sure you guys stay locked in to the end of the video. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So let's take a look at the boxes. You can see they both have similar designs. Actually, they both have 4 gigabytes, but they can expand them with 4 gigabytes of extension with virtual memory. And then you're gonna see we have 256 on the 15 versus 128 on the 14. So that's basically when it comes to the storage and also the RAM. You can see the boxes right here have a very similar design, and you can see it says powered by Xiaomi Hyper OS, which is actually a pretty cool processing OS for this device. On the top you have nothing, and then on this side you can see right here they actually give you 18 watts fast charging on the 14C and 33 watts fast charging on the 15C. All right, so you can see the design differences. So these are the phones right here inside the box, which you would actually see when you take a look at the overall packaging. So getting them both out of the packaging, let's compare the overall build materials. So we have this leather-like material on the back of the 14C, and on the back of the 15C, we have like a smooth, glassy texture to it. Obviously they did change the overall designs dramatically when it comes to both phones. So yeah, it's just that's basically the main difference. And then you can see the cameras have a completely different design. We actually have a clear case that comes in both of these packages with the user manual and the SIM remover tool, which is actually comes in both of these. The only difference is that when it comes to using the the 14C does actually give you a 33 watts charger in the box, but it only charges at 18 watts. So they actually did pack the 33 watt charger in the box. You can actually use this case for protecting it, and you don't actually have to purchase one, and it fits over the phone pretty nicely. It looks really good on the phone, and you have your 33 watts, but this one actually supports 33 watts versus 18 watts, and you have your type C to type A as well. And you also do have that additional SIM card remover tool like they have on the 14, your user manual and user guide and warranty. And then you actually have the clear case, which comes on the 15C as well. So you can see that they did a really good job when it comes to the unboxing experience. All right, so when it comes to the size of both of these phones, they're very similar as far as dimensions. It looks like the height is basically gonna be almost identical when you compare them side by side. You can see that on the top of the 14C, we actually have the headphone jack on here. And on the top of the 15C, there's nothing. Now, when you look at the other side, turning them to the, with the camera facing the right side, you're gonna see that we both have the fingerprint sensor, which is also doubling up as a power button. You have your volume rockers above that. And then on the bottom, you can see that the 15C is gonna have the headphone jack there, single firing speaker, type C microphone, and that's pretty much the build quality. So they're both gonna feature the 50 megapixel cameras on both of these phones, which is actually a pretty decent camera unit. They also have 13 megapixels on the front, really no difference in the cameras from what I could see. They're both going to give you the 13 megapixel on the front and the 50 on the rear. So also they do support like these macro sensors, which give you pretty good detail when you zoom in, when you're really up close. But I'm gonna boot up both of these devices right now so we can see which one loads faster. So let's just see on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Now both of these phones actually do come with screen protectors. I did take the screen protector off of the 14C, and there is a little bit of a scratch right here, which you pretty much won't be able to see because it's a micro scratch, which is you know, you'd have to look really close to see it. But you can see that they both have that Xiaomi Hyper OS on with the MUI software running on them, so the Hyper OS basically. And so yeah, let's go ahead and wait for these to boot up. It looks like the 14C went to the Xiaomi Hyper OS quicker than the 15C, which is surprising. But both of these phones are similarly priced. You're gonna see that the 14C is gonna be a little bit cheaper at $130, whereas the 15C is actually gonna be $170 when it comes to the price. So the displays on both of these devices. So if we go into YouTube, one of the things I noticed is that on the 15C, it's a little bit brighter, but not too much of a big difference. Let me just go into a video at the same time and show you guys the difference mainly on both of these devices. So let's turn down the volume. But they basically launched at the exact same time right there, and they should be at the exact same spot. So let's go ahead and show you guys the content that comes from both devices when it comes to display. Now I'm not noticing a whole big difference. Let's make this bigger. They both actually look really good. Beautiful colors on both sides. Obviously the viewing angles are gonna be pretty much the same. You're gonna notice very good clarity on both as far as the colors, similar saturation, and also extremely vivid details, even though they're both going to be 720 times 1600 when it comes to the panel with 260 pixels per inch. However, the 15C is going to get brighter when it comes to outdoor environments. But if you're still here, just type it down in the comment section. I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. But I'm going to actually play some Call of Duty Mobile on the 15C real fast, and then jump into some gameplay on the 14C after that. All right, so we're jumping into some, PUBG right here on the 15C right now. So let's go into the graphics. And let's go into customize, and it's actually super smooth with ultra frame rate. So let's go ahead and test out the gameplay on this. Again, it has the MediaTek Helio G, the G81 Ultra. So no issues with this chip when I experienced gameplay on this device. I think it's actually pretty smooth. You will cover up the speaker slightly.
Cover me.
But yeah, the gameplay feels really clean on here. No stutters whatsoever. Okay, let me redeem myself because playing a little bit sloppy. Let me see if I could catch a couple of. Okay, so I got that one. The graphics seem very up to speed. No, there's no delays, no choppiness. And I was able to get a couple of kills right there. So let me just try to get a clean one, because they are pretty competitive in this one. Okay, so I need at least one more kill and then I'm good. Wow, so that was crazy. But overall, I haven't experienced any slowdowns or stutters on this chip, so I'm actually pretty impressed with it.
Reloading.
And this is very extremely competitive as far as gameplay. Alright, so let me just try to get one more kill though before I end the gameplay here. Okay, that was crazy. I'm done. But yeah, the gameplay overall is really good. It's just that this team is very competitive. Let me see if I could just do one more, and hopefully I get a kill here this time. Alright, let's forget about this. Alright, so this is the Redmi 14C. Let's go ahead and do some gaming on this one. I'm going to go into graphics and I'm going to go into customize. And it still has that ultra smooth setting as well. So same exact graphics. Let's go ahead and test it out though and see how it performs. So it feels pretty smooth right now. Okay, so far it's pretty good. Pretty smooth when it comes to the speeds. One cool thing is that if you swipe to the left right here, it has this gaming setting. I'm not sure if I can enter it now, but it does have that game turbo mode, which is like a game feature. So that's one thing that this one has advantage of. The battery on the 15C is obviously going to be a lot better with the 16,000 milliamp per hour versus the 5160 on the 14C that I'm using right now. So slightly better battery on the Redmi 15C. It's going to have a bigger battery. So you just saw the performance is actually pretty good on this. It's still pretty snappy. He just came out of nowhere and caught me. But yeah, brighter display on the 15C is what I'm noticing. It just seems like I'm facing a more difficult team, but as far as gameplay, I'm not noticing any big improvements from one to the other. It does seem like it's doing a really good job when it comes to frame rates.
My
Okay, wow. Really good team that I'm playing up against. So that's the most challenging part. But yeah, the graphics hold up really well. This is a great performing device when it comes to gameplay. Pretty advanced team, like I said before, but the device holds up well for what it's able to do. You're actually able to compete when it comes to PUBG, which is the most important thing. Oh, damn.
Red team's streak has just been terminated.
All right, so that was actually a pretty good kill. But yeah, like I said, they're both running really good when it comes to gameplay. So there's no advantage here when it comes to gameplay on either one of these devices.
Losing the game. Reloading.
Wow, okay. All right, so the last thing I want to cover when it comes to both of these devices is basically the cameras. So let's just do a quick speed test so I can show you guys that both of these devices are pretty much going to be running the same. Let's do weather. I noticed that the 15C does do things slightly faster. Gallery. So it opened up the gallery app faster as well. Let's try YouTube. That time it was the 14C, so you got to give it to the 14C for that one. Let's do Play Store. The 14C again, and then let's do a couple more. Let's do the Bible app. Looks like it's going to be the 14C again. So yeah, the 14C is actually keeping up here when it comes to the performance. I'm going to do the Music Tube app. Same time on that one. Let's do Pluto TV. The 14C loaded it up quicker. Well, let's wait. Okay, so that it wasn't updated. Last app I want to do a comparison on, let's see. But yeah, you can see both devices are pretty good. AliExpress, or let's do Amazon, 1, 2, 3. AliExpress, since I said that one first. And then, I don't even know because it had that ad in the beginning, but let's do Meta as the last. Final tell, all tell, final tell, all, 1, 2, 3. I missed it on the 14C right there. Or I hit it, it just didn't respond. So yeah, pretty much comparable when it comes to speeds. 14C did get a lot of those W's. The 15C also did get a lot of W's there. So let's go ahead and open up the camera, and I want to show you guys the differences between the camera modes. So as far as zoom, you are getting 10 times zoom on both of these devices when it comes to the zoom, which is pretty cool. What I'm going to do is take a picture on both so you can kind of see how they do when I do a photo right now. So let's see, photo. And they both have the 50 megapixel camera mode. So let me just go right here. Ultra HD, it says on the 15C. On the 14C, it says 50 megapixels. So it's basically the same feature. So I'm just gonna take a shot right now. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good shutter speed. Let's go ahead and take the same shot on the 14C. 1, 2, 3. slight delay on the shutter speed. So shutter speed is better on the 15C. Let's go ahead and compare those photos. Wow, image quality is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to both. As far as zooming in, they both capture extraordinary amount of detail when it comes to zooming in on the object. So you can see here they both do a really good job when it comes to detail, and zooming in up close. You're gonna get some really good pixels from the 50 megapixel camera on both of these devices. So yeah, I'll put that up in the viewfinder so you can see what I'm talking about. And then basically they record in 1080, 30 frames per second on both. But let me just do a portrait shot of my face and give you guys an idea of what that looks like. So let's do it on the 14C. And then let's do it on the 15C. And I like the shutter speed on the 15C. It seems really responsive, but clarity is going to be good on both. As you can see, very good. I don't know why that keeps closing. There we go. And you can see both do a really good job. I'll put that up in the viewfinder so you can see what that looks like on the screen. But wow, really good attention to detail on both. Honestly, I don't know which one did a better job. I think they both did an extremely good job. But let me know what you guys think about the camera quality overall. But let me just wrap this video up. The main differences is going to be the larger battery on the 15C. You're also IP rating of IP64 on this one. So you're getting IP rating. They both also do offer fast charge, but you're going to get 33 watts fast charging on the 15C versus the 18 watts fast charging. But you actually do get a gaming mode on the 14C that you don't get on the 15C. They both have incredibly beautiful 720 by 1600 panels, which I don't have a problem with because they're good on the eyes. For people who don't like, really bright displays, these are going to be certified for flicker free and also blue light certifications so that you can protect your eyes. And they also do have that circadian certification so that it doesn't affect your sleep. So yeah, both of these devices are pretty solid. Let me know which one in the comment section down below you would pick up if you had to choose between these two. I definitely like both. Honestly, I think they're both really solid budget smartphones at a low cost. But I'm going to get back with you. If you're still here, just type down in the comment section. I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. And I'll hit you back. Later, crew. Namaste.